asked us, so we thought we would put a baseball spin on it with a segment we like to call Hole in One or Four. I'm going to throw out some topics, and these guys are going to, if they agree with it, it's a hole in one. If they don't agree with it, it's a four. We say welcome to our good friend Carlos Pena. Happy 2022 opening day to you, my friend.
Oh, I am so excited. This is a long time coming. I know that we were a little bit nervous in the offseason, but now I'm all for it.
How do you feel about the casual look?
I'm chilling. I like it.
You're good?
Yeah.
I mean, he looks good in anything, so.
You? Appreciate that.
It works. It works. Okay, let's get it started. Here we go. Our first topic is, this will be Aaron Judge's final season with the New York Yankees. Hole in one or four, D-Row? As JP mentioned, there's still some talks for a contract extension ongoing between the two parties. Where are you?
Four. Yeah.
I don't think there's any way. But I didn't think Freddie Freeman was walking out the door in Atlanta. That completely stunned me and hurt me to my core. I just see Aaron Judge as one of the top 5 players in the game when he is on the field. I think he adds value in a variety of different ways. He's not just a one-trick pony. He's a great defender. He's a savvy base runner. He puts kids in the seats. He makes everyone happy. And when he's locked in, he's as good as it gets. So I think
JP Morosi, Mr. Insider, what do you think?
Four! Not that my swing is any good. I hope my predictions are better here. I believe
a bigger club.
Yes, I do. I'm pretty short, but this actually it probably isn't sufficient. I think Judge stays, and it would not surprise me still if we even get news on this today or before the opening game tomorrow. Remember, postponement today at Yankee Stadium, Carlos.
Yeah.
Perhaps give them more time to work on that deal.
And real quick, you said the Freddie Freeman deal with the Dodgers could be a framework.
I think so.
For Judge and the Yankees.
Exactly. Freeman's AAV was $27 million a year. Maybe you go up a little bit to 28.
Okay.
Lengthen it by 1 year.
That's a hard no for me if I'm Judge.
Okay.
That's a hard no.
I agree with you. I think he's.
You better get north of $30 million.
I like that as well. Yeah, Carlos.
All right, when I'm on the golf course, I like sometimes to draw the ball, but I get a little too aggressive with my top hand, and I dunk hook it, often into the woods. Four! Look, man, they need to sign Judge. It's absolutely a must, And D-Row touched upon something. We talk about how great of a player he is, but he puts kids in the seat.
Yeah.
Okay? This is very important for them. So this is not just a baseball decision. This is a business decision.
Let's stick with a player that did get a contract extension with his current team, and that's Jose Ramirez. Hole in one or four, Carlos Pena. Jose Ramirez is the most underrated player in baseball.
That's a hole in one. I mean, and I've been saying this for a while. This kid, he's a veteran now. I know that he's been in the league for a while doing his thing, but he's been producing for years now, and we don't give him enough credit. It's because he is in a quote-unquote mid-market team and not in a place like New York. If he was New York, he would be an absolute superstar. We don't talk enough about this guy.
Yeah. Hole in one.
Hole in one.
Third in the majors among position players and wins above replacement since 2017. He has been on my MVP ballot in the number 1 spot.
Come on.
Yeah, I've had him number 1 before
facts.
on an MVP ballot. Yes.
He
is that good.
He gave you the numbers.
And part of the reason why, so we talked about where he is in WAR. Remember, there was 1 year where when Cleveland brought over Donaldson, Ramirez could move from his normal spot to make the team better. You put Donaldson at third base, Ramirez at second. Versatility, switch hitter, power, average.
Yeah, you forgot something.
Hole in one or four?
Base running.
Oh, base running.
By the way, base running.
It's a hole in one for me. It's a hole in one for me, too, because he just does not get talked about. I scoured my brain on this. The only other guy I could come up with, remember who was the most overrated player in the game, according to anonymous players not too long ago?
Right. This won the MVP in the National League.
Yeah, I think he won
year.
his second MVP, and he hit 8 spring homers and looks like he's going to hit 50 this year. Bryce Harper might not get the love that we totally should be giving him.
You're right. Yeah.
But it's Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, and Bryce Harper's had a massive spring.
All right, moving on. Let's see. The Astros
seemingly
can
every
win
year. The American League West.
The Rays are
counted out. Correa.
Coming up.
Hole in one or four, JP Morosi.
Four. Because I believe, first of all, again, my pick this year is the Mariners to win the division. And I believe that for a number of reasons, the absence of Correa, also McCullers' situation, rotation, They're going to have to rely a lot on Verlander coming back off of the surgery. I believe the Astros do not win the division this year, and Correa's absence is part of the reason.
Mariners had a negative run differential last season and won a lot of games.
Exactly. So their bullpen is excellent.
That's a tough formula to replicate.
And yet they've added a lot of. If you think about the bats that the Mariners have added since the start of last season, Rodriguez, Kelenic, Winker, Suarez. I'm feeling the Mariners. We'll play this back. We'll play this back, D-Row, when they make it.
D-Row, hole-in-one or 4?
Well, this is a hole-in-one.
Okay.
And I think they might have the best record in the American League when it's all said and done, because I think the depth of their pitching staff, even without a McCullers kind of only getting 20-plus starts, I mean, and they're all battle-tested. Framber's really good. You know Verlander's going to have something to prove.
Luis
Garcia. Jake Odorizzi gives you great innings as well. Their bullpen with Javier and all these different cats. Listen, Jeremy Pena's got big shoes to fill with Carlos Correa. He's going to elevate everything they do in Minnesota and make them a better team. But I just think there's too much in the tank with the Houston Astros for them to not win that.
One quick note on the Astros rotation. Remember this back to the World Series, and this is something I think about overall state of the game. The only starting pitcher to record an out in the 6th inning during the World Series was Max Fried in Game 6.
Yeah.
Nobody on the Astros stayed until the 6th inning, and the only time it happened for the Braves was the very last game. So out of 12 starts, only one of them.
Carlos, hole-in-one or 4 Astros?
It's a trick question because hole-in-one would be a sure thing, and I can't say it's a sure thing for the Astros. It's going to be a 4.
Okay.
I mean, and this is the reason why. The Mariners. They have improved so much.
You like the Mariners better than the Angels?
Yes, I do. I got the Mariners winning the West, and I'll tell you why.
What?
Yes, they have improved so much. You got Ray coming over. That makes the rotation better. Now, think about this. Julio Rodriguez. You have no idea what kind of tsunami is coming to the Pacific Northwest. Now, Kelenic, Winker, I mean,
Haniger,
Suarez. Don't sleep on Suarez. He may come back to what we know he can do. And a new change of scenery. I'm not going to say they're going to surprise us because we know what they were capable of last year. They had a great
Mariners won a lot of one-run games.
And their bullpen is still good.
I believe it.
Let's talk about another team that seemingly surprises us every year, and that is the Tampa Bay Rays. Since 2019, the Tampa Bay Rays have the most wins in the American League. Hole-in-one or 4, the Rays are going to win the American League East for a 3rd straight year. D-Row, you first. Okay.
I won't say they're not going to make the postseason because that would be doing Kevin Cash and Eric Neander a disservice, because tip of the hat, what you're able to pull off year after year after year with your savvy moves and the way you cut and slice and dice a bullpen and a pitching staff together. But I think Toronto's the class of the American League. I think the Yankees.
Look, you got look at things on paper, right? If we're going to be truly analytical about it, you cannot pick the Rays.
You got to bet with your heart right here, though.
You understand? No, but this is the thing. You understand that they are extremely good at strategy, and they know how to utilize their pieces and get the maximum out of their players. We know that. Is that what you're going to rely on in making this prediction? Yeah. It's just too far of a leap for me.
I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe again. Every year,
he's gonna say
every year, this franchise and this team, it is underestimated. Now, a little sneak peek. I don't have them winning the division, but I've got 3 teams from that division going to the playoffs, and the Rays are one of them. And the Yankees are not.
And by the way, do that for the show. I get it.
By the way, I will say this. Before you're talking about the Rays, Wander Franco would not surprise me at all if he's the MVP. Because we saw in that playoff series against Boston, I just wanted to watch him hit all the time.
Yeah.
I felt like, whatever's going on, stop and watch every pitch. Because Wander Franco, the spotlight, you saw it, Carlos, he was so ready. I had so much fun watching him play in October. He was so at ease, so comfortable. He's a special player.
All right, finally, I think I'll take this one. Hole-in-one or 4, we will have multiple pitch hand winners and multiple pitch hand awards being sent to Citi Field this year for the New York Mets. Obviously, they've got some heavy contenders there. Jacob deGrom, once he's healthy. Max Scherzer. I'm going to go hole-in-one here. I'm going to go hole-in-one.
The hand award? For sure.
It's the pitch hand, but you know.
Oh, it's the pitch
What is the
hand.
What is the hand award?
The pitch hand award. Sorry for misnaming.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Carlos. It's the pitch hand, not the hand.
The pitch hand award. Yes.
Giving out the hand award.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
I will say 4 for me. Because here's why I admire the pitch hand award so much.
Right.
There's only one.
Yeah.
For the entire major leagues. This is like going back in the day where there was only one Cy Young.
That's right.
That's why this, in some respects, Robert, as we talk about our marketing of the new year, we have to talk about how this is arguably the hardest pitching award to win.
That's right.
Harder
And remember,
even than the Cy Young, because there's only one of them.
And also, unlike the Cy Young, the team's media relations department plays a factor.
And that's why I'm going 4.
You know who we're talking about.
That's why I'm going 4. There's no guarantees.
Good point.
We don't. You have such a special criteria that maybe DeGrom's got to overperform for him to win it.
That's very good.
So, by the way, who had the best overall acceptance speech and presentation of the award?
I'm just impressed with their expertise on this.
Carlos Rodon.
Pitch hand award.
For him to come on right out of the gate and kind of, he's the groundswell behind the pitch.
That's
so
right.
New team, so you can now welcome the Giants into the pitch hand award family.
Absolutely.
I think we should, there needs to be a banquet. I mean, we're talking about marketing here, Robert. There's a lot of good stuff.
Definitely needs to be a sponsor.
And why was
KP,
Carlos
thank you
Rodon?
for joining us in the
For
studio.
22.
Piacere mio.
That's it.
Carlos, thank you very much. I think Carlos is sticking around. Carlos is sticking around. He's got a hitters meeting a little bit later with Mark DeRosa. All right, coming up. Okay.
Hey,
Fans,
alla prossima.
up next, we're celebrating you. Coming up, we celebrate the